My name is John Lindquist. I am one of the original people at egghead.io, and Egghead's the place you go to build your dev portfolio, gain the skills you need to get the job you want. So head on over to egghead.io. There you go. You said an ad. That's an ad.
Excellent. And we're here to talk about something you've been working on, which is
Yeah,
called ScriptKit. Well, actually, is it called ScriptKit?
it is called ScriptKit.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
And which is like, what a weird question to ask when I invited you to come on and talk about your project. But do you want to tell us what is ScriptKit?
Yeah, it's a ScriptKit is a tool that allows you to write, run, and write, edit, share everything scripts that allow you to automate your workflow on your computer. So these scripts are scripts you write with JavaScript. They can be easily edited and updated and easily run from a prompt that pops up when you launch the ScriptKit app. So, and while those scripts can run in the app, they can also run in the terminal. They could run in a GitHub workflow. These scripts are meant to be portable as well. So there's plenty of ways to run them. And installing one is as easy as like if you have the app open, you could just click one of those buttons and hit open kit. So yeah, go ahead and we'll name a script, pick some name. I gave some suggestions there.
Nimble Motion looks like a great one. This is like starting up a Netlify site,
Sure.
throwing together two different random nouns. Okay, so which editor do I use? Code.
Yep.
And
And that it'll cache that.
excellent. And
All
this
right.
gives me, so this is me building my own script, and this is what it's
Yes.
walking me through. Okay, excellent. So
Yeah.
what's what's the next step? I've created the script. I now can console.log Nimble Motion into the logs.
Yep. So go ahead and open. So ScriptKit defaults to command semicolon.
Yep.
And you should see the Nimble Motion in your list. Yep. And you can either click or hit enter and it'll run that script. If you look in the logs directory over on the left, you can see there's a console.log file in there, and you could tail that or just keep on checking.
Okay, so when this, there's no deploy step for this?
Nope.
Okay, excellent. Also, very excellent. Type in my GitHub username,
For sure.
which y'all should know it is, and I definitely typed that. That is true.
There you go. So
Excellent.
So this is showing like from creating your first script and prompting the user for an argument, and then displaying a window with some HTML as far as like, there's already a ton of things you could do with just that.
Yeah.
And that's all that it took. Like we're 10 seconds into showing this off, and that's all that it took.
There's already been a comparison, which you made this already with our conversations the first 5 minutes when you saw my screen, but Alfred. Folks are comparing this to Alfred, and like, would you compare this to Alfred, or is this completely different?
So I would say people will automatically compare any tool that pops a prompt open to Alfred.
Alfredo sauce.
Or Alfredo sauce, which I love as well. But Alfred is by default, it's an app launcher, and it has like these default tools as far as searching files, and it's a wonderful tool. I've used it for years.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. Where ScriptKit differs is that it's not explicitly for those things that Alfred is for. It's for writing and managing your own scripts. Alfred doesn't have any of that sort of stuff. You can't go into Alfred and say, create new script. They have like a concept of workflows, which you use a UI and you drag and drop lines together and all that sort of stuff. And those work great. The reason ScriptKit exists is because it's targeting developers. Like this is an automation tool for developers who know how to write code, and they don't want to, you don't want to go through all those UIs, which can't do like all the things that ScriptKit can do. So the comparison kind of ends at, there are Alfred workflows, which have a limited, I mean, you could run any bash script from inside them. So I guess you could say it's unlimited, but
yeah.
This brings you your scripts into the JavaScript ecosystem, any NPM package works, and you have like that whole sharing scripts is as easy as either copy and pasting it into a chat window, or you can generate share links. All that stuff is, yeah.
But his other question was, what's your favorite scripts that you've seen or that you've written?
So there's a lot in if you open the kit again,
The repo?
just command semicolon.
Oh, yep.
So if you go to the hot tab, you can either hit tab or click on it.
Oh, nice.
You just want to make your prompt a bit bigger. So he's on a 1280 by 720 screen. That's why things are so small. So this is another thing where this is a community focused tool where people share scripts. So in the hot tab, I'm going to keep a list of like scripts that people publish where you can go and check out what they're doing. This is the script I'm using right now. I have this run. So I have a cron that runs every 30 seconds to see how many downloads ScriptKit has had. And then it updates my Twitter name. So if you look at my account on Twitter, you'll see whatever. So now it's had, if someone clicks the download button, we could come back and check in 30 seconds and you'll see that number will go up.
That is
amazing. It's ridiculous, right? But it's, it's one of those things that makes me laugh.
Yeah. It's funny because like I have a not a script. I have a query, a GraphQL query to check to see if I'm live on Twitter, not Twitter, on Twitch. Because I want to build something very similar to this, so I can update my Twitter name to basically say I'm live. So check when I'm live; it's going to say I'm live, and it sounds like I already solved another problem in like the next 5 minutes of this conversation.
Awesome, yeah, and that's where like this script, it's kind of more advanced to like compose scripts together, but it's totally possible to have one script call another script. So if you had one script was to, do a GraphQL query, and it had some sort of output, it could then pass that into this script. You wouldn't have to even like compose them into us. Here, I'll show you something really cool here. Now go back to the script.
Yep.
Go to the top of the file. This isn't in the tutorial, but on line 1, write a comment. Just create a new line and write a comment. And say shortcut with a capital S and colon, then space like OPT space T, like option T, or probably lowercase t. I don't think it matters. Now hit save. Now hit option T. Oh, do you have option T bound to something in code?
Yeah, it's the
okay, pick
the Vim bindings. Let's try this one more time. Option G. There we go. Oh, got it. So you basically can route the shortcut. That's amazing. You can route the script to a shortcut, which in the case of things like updating your Twitter name, I could see routing it when I go live.
Yeah.
Just hit the shortcut rather than running a cron.
Yeah.
And that is genius. And you said that this is not in the tutorial, but is this in the docs?
The shortcuts, if you look at if you go over to the docs in the discussions, there's just kind of like a beta discussions in the docs. It's one of the categories over on the left. Just docs.
Oh, docs.
So if you look at metadata, so these shortcuts, the app will automatically watch your scripts for any of those shortcuts you put in and bind that shortcut just globally to that script.
Yeah.
The menu one will make it so you can search for like a better name for the menu, and description will be in there. If you scroll down a bit, you can get into some of the and there's a attribution stuff. So if you share a script with somebody and you put author and Twitter in there, then when they run your script, they'll see in the upper right, they'll see your name to show that you wrote that.
Add a new file.
So I recommend using new from the menu. And here, let me show you why. Go over to your, actually, let's do it this way. Open ScriptKit, the command semicolon. go over to help and search for add. It's like add to your profile. Yeah.
This one?
Yep. And you probably use ESH, I assume.
Actually, I've been using Bash RC.
Okay, so whatever terminal you want it to add. So there you go. You now have, if you hit enter here, it'll do the exact same thing. So this script, when you use new from the app, it's going to generate, if you look in the directories over in the left, there's a bin directory at the top.
Yep.
And if you look at Nibble Motion, you can see essentially this is the heart of ScriptKit. Setting up, it has a node installation itself, or just, the executable itself. It loads the .env. Most people are familiar, or developers are usually familiar with loading .env files.
Yeah.
And then there's the core library is that mac-terminal library when you run it from the terminal, or there's a mac-app library when you load it from the app. And those provide all the read file, write file, arg, and all that sort of stuff. And then that shoots all of your script on line 8, and then all the arguments on line 9. And it loads that all into, on line 5 is where it actually calls node. Separate from your global node modules. So in your Kenv directory, you'll see a node modules folder that keeps them all in there. And what's recommended is if you want to install a node modules, a node package, node library, there's await npm. So if you just go ahead and create a new script real quick. Like when I'm showing people this, I want them to be really comfortable. Like, just go ahead and create a script. Instead of talking about it, let's just do it. You can call it Wealthy Ducks or whatever.
Wealthy Ducks. Yeah, these are great. I'll never remember what these are though. Aspiring. Oop.
Oh, you lost focus. Yeah.
Well, there we go. The command semicolon is something I never type, so hats off to you for figuring out another command, because I have to look down to think about it. So hopefully that'll be muscle memory by this weekend.
And if you want to change that, you can change that in the help menu. There's a change shortcut for scripts and the main menu. So right here, if you say await space npm, and then this npm's a function, and pass in a string of sharp or some library you'd use.
Sure. Sharp? I've never actually used that one.
That's the image processing library.
Oh, okay.
So if you just run this right now, so it'll say sharp is required. Go ahead, and it'll tell you how many downloads it has.
Nice.
And it'll go ahead and install it, and then continue on with the script with sharp installed. So if you do on line 1, if you say let sharp equals this, then you'll have the sharp library. And every time now when you run the script, it won't stop you there, because now it's installed. And this is another thing, like sharing scripts. I didn't want people to have to go and say npm install this, npm install that. In the script, it just says we require this, require that. So we'll prompt you for it. We'll say, hey, do you trust this? And now you can just start sharp resize and sharp whatever images on your computer. So
sharp. Oh, and it's got TypeScript too as well. Nope.
You'll have to do. There's a special type annotation to get the code hinting on this, if you want to learn what that is. But
yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. But a library I've never used before. But this makes sense too, and I love that I can have access to the full node modules to be able to run scripts and do some quick, dirty image resizing. Vortex -1 Vortex has a question. Would it make sense to use ScriptKit as a local runner? Not sure what that implies though.
A local runner. I don't know what you mean by a local runner.
Yeah.
Sorry, if you could explain that.
Sim2Ran has a question about pinning versions. So with this whole await npm, can you pin different versions?
Not right now. I could definitely add that in. Um, after it's installed, you can always go back and like go into the package JSON and manage things. And there's in the like it's literally a node project.
Yeah.
Um,
So you could actually run npm install here too.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, because we are.
I can see pinning versions inside of that npm helper being like being a totally easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Um, and you can also if you launch the app again, if you go over to help and go down to manage npm packages, that you're right on it. You could say uninstall sharp, like it lists the things you might want to install or uninstall. So
Okay.
um,
I wonder if I go to manage packages and install, does it know? It doesn't know that I'm using Sharp anywhere. All right, we'll try and prep for discussion. All right, so now GitHub token is needed, which I do have one.
no, you're right. Sorry, my bad. This does ask to create a gist still.
Okay.
I was gonna remove that. I just haven't done it yet. I'm sorry.
This is for Kit. And I'm gonna assume repo access, but who knows? Oh
no, just access. You can remove that.
Sorry, that's muscle memory.
Yeah.
I was literally creating tons of tokens. Everybody take note of the token.
GHP_YO.
Yes, commit that to memory. Yes.
No, that's bugged right now. Okay, looks like the share menu is something I need to go in and fix.
Interesting. Okay. What happens if this is also So for whatever reason, it's pending.
It's taking the share script is looking for the script name as an argument, and it's taking when it's waiting for the environment variable, it's replacing the script argument with the environment variable, essentially is what's going on. You can try just right there if you just paste it in there. And maybe this is one of those things where it works on my machine because all of this is set up.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget, like people haven't set things up. So now it should probably work. Yeah, see, like that's how it's supposed to work, but there's a step in there where it was that I need to go and fix. I need to like clear up my environment and double check some of those scripts.
Okay. Well, cool. And I look forward to everybody who's going to be generating gist on my GitHub profile. So you have enough at bats at it to copy that or screen cap that.
Yeah. You can go ahead and you can do the prep for discussion one now. I'll show you what this does.
Share that one.
So it gives you a link to click to jump to the discussions, shows you where your gist is, and it's copied your code as a JS, like Markdown JS fenced.
Yeah.
So if you just like open discussions, you create a new discussion and just paste. If you just Command V right now,
nice.
It just pasted that all in. So
that is amazing. So I could see this as a really good use case of I want to create a. So what happens is a lot of times I'll have an issue show up because I do a lot of. I'm flexing right now, but I do a lot of live streaming on Twitch, and I'll be working in a GitHub repo and find a bug, and I will beg the chat to open up an issue because I know if I do it, it'll just be like 5 minutes of me like silently trying to type and spell things right. It's like, hey, can someone just open the issue? I'll clean that up if when it's done.
right.
So it'd be cool to have like a script to say, okay, open up an issue on this repo, and then that way, and then assign BDougie, so that way he'll remember to clean up the issue and provide more context. But yeah, that's actually a great use case of just to sort of create a little sandbox to prep it for copy and pasting.
Yeah, and those should, if you look at the preview, so you see that install aspiring cloth.
Yeah.
When you click that, that should open the app and say, and try and install the script. So
So I've got this
so that
one, and then I've got aspiring cloth.
yeah, this pulled down the gist by clicking on that link and put that in your
What happens
environment.
though if it's, I guess if you have the link, because I was gonna ask what if it's a private gist, but if you already have the link, you can see it. I
Yeah,
believe. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So not too bad. This is anyway. I'm gonna be asking you for
No, I
advice
love
and other ways I can basically do my job next week.
sure. I'd love to help out. This is uh, it makes me happy to see people removing friction from their lives.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, even like things like, so we have in the tweets, like you can automate these images.
mhm.
So like I could see myself just basically just grabbing John's profile and then slapping it in the Figma template, or copying and pasting it and then into the Figma template and just doing
Cool.
click little scripts.
Yeah, one of my most favorite scripts I wrote was one for Taylor Bell at Egghead. He has this scenario where he's looking at a website and he wants to grab the open graph image from that website. And so I gave him a script that looked at the current Chrome tab and then did the appropriate parsing to find the open graph image, and then downloaded that image, cropped it to 640 by 480 or whatever he needed it for, and then put that in his clipboard. So he could look at a site, hit a single keyboard shortcut, and it would give him that formatted image that he could just paste wherever he needed it to go.
That
Like,
is amazing.
and that saved him so much time compared to going to opengraph.com or whatever it was, where you'd find it and download it, resize it yourself, and like that makes me happy.
Yeah, and shout out to GitHub who just shipped new Open Graph images for the repositories.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. They look great.
Yeah, so like to be able to get those on demand, because yeah, I love having the fact that you have little stars and issue counts or comment counts
Yeah,
in the Open Graph image. Regenerating those on the fly would be a breeze using ScriptKit for sure.
Yep.
Wow, love that example. Open Graph is that live? Is it already? I guess we should.
I don't know if I've posted that one. I'll go find it
Well, I
and
guess that's
post it.
a good segue. Because I just realized we're right at time too as well.
Oh,
Um, I was just so engulfed in this, but where can folks sort of keep up to dates and keep tabs on new scripts, what's happening with ScriptKit, um, suggestions for
so
scripts?
so here you go. Open the app.
Uh,
So go over to join. Type your email.
that is the way. This is the
um,
way.
yeah, there you go. And so now join's gone from the menu. Never have to see that again. But
That's
jo-
genius.
yeah, joking aside, if you like the announcements category in GitHub discussions, a lot of the stuff will go there as well. So GitHub discussions is where it's at for keeping track of ScriptKit for sure.
Yeah, that's a great use case, and like we mentioned it in passing too as well. I mean, I realize this is a GitHub Twitch channel, but yeah, this is a great use case for discussions. It sounds like it's pretty lively. Lots
Oh
of,
yeah.
as you were answering questions, you were pointing to discussion. So I'm looking forward to continuing to watch this repo. Actually, let me go ahead and watch. I'll watch all activity for now, but
Oh,
I'll make a custom selection of events later.
is there a watch discussions? I
Um,
know I get. Okay.
Yes. But I say that as a GitHub employee, so I have no idea if this is available to you
Okay.
or not.
Gotcha.
So, but if there isn't, it's coming soon. That's
Sweet.
the challenge of being working at GitHub. I have no idea what's on the everybody list and what's on the BW
Yeah.
list.
Gotcha.
But yeah, excellent. This was super fascinating. I really feel like the rest of my day is now shot because I'm going to be writing some scripts. I'm going to have lots of fun.
Nice.
You'll see me in these discussions asking questions soon.
Sweet.
And folks, John Lindquist everywhere, Twitter,
Yeah.
GitHub. Definitely sign up for Egghead. help him pay the bills too as well.
Yeah,
And
that'd be great.
yeah, and this video will actually be up on YouTube approximately Monday. And if you're interested in joining us as a maintainer, as a contributor to open source projects, hit me up on bduckio on Twitter and Twitch, bducky on GitHub. We're actually pretty booked through the rest of June. I will update the meetup page of all the upcoming guests because I haven't done that yet. I took a week off, and then yeah, I'm really enjoying having conversations like this with John, and hope you all are enjoying this.
Awesome. Have me back sometime.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like when this script comes out, when the script kit comes out of beta, I'm so ready to have another conversation about this.
Awesome.